Howdy folks, TJ here. It's that time again for this little envelope that comes from overseas, personally delivered by the Postal Service to TJ. I've had this actually for a number of weeks now, but between busy work and fires and internet going out and all those fun things, I wasn't able to do a quick unenveloping and quick review of what's in here. I never do anything in depth on this because I think it's important to support it by joining their patron site and getting this every couple of months, roughly, or quarterly. Is it up to a couple of months now? I forget. I think originally it was quarterly, but I seem to be up to issue number 4 now. What's issue number 4? Well, let's go ahead and get this envelope opened. Crash! Now let me quickly look in the envelope here and make sure there's, I'm hoping that Chris or somebody, sends me $1,000. I could use it right now. Is there? Oh, there's no money in here. But I did get a really cool issue of Crash Magazine. Now, sorry, my lighting may be different than past videos. It may actually end up looking better. Then again, it may look a little darker. I'm not sure. Because my light above me, which gives me my nice halo, is out. We need to replace the bulb. We actually bought the bulb, $8 over the weekend, and my wife went to put it in and didn't put it in all the way, and it dropped 8 feet to the floor and broke. So we spent $8 on absolutely nothing. So it's still dark in here. Out $8, out the light. I told her she should have just had me put it in. Because I'm so much better at putting light bulbs in. How many retro computer people does it take to screw in a light bulb? None, because this one doesn't screw in. You actually push it in. It's a little fluorescent foofy thing. But you're here to talk about this Crash Magazine, not my lighting. So the front of the cover, number 4, Fusion Retro Publication, $3.99, Crash Micro Action, and it says "What Now?" with an L. Now, because that's what the little prop says on your basic of Speccy. And the creature looks like he's an ugly one. Definitely had a bad night, drank too much, and this is what he looks like in the morning. And then the rest of it says, still the best Spectrum magazine in the world. The latest games reviewed, screens by Simon Butler. Thor, the guide for the collector. ZX Spectrum next, the latest news and reviews. And plus Lloyd's Manograms forum is back. Super Hair. Escape from Monjas, Monjas. Lost in Spectrum. Hey, I like that. Lost in Spectrum. It's like Lost in Space, right? Pitman and more. And then down on the bottom where it has the little colorful foo-foo stuff, it says Spectrum Adventure Trail with Colin Bell in digital and print for Spectrum enthusiasts. The back has a advertisement. I always like to show off the advertisement, front and back cover. And hopefully that's coming in well enough for you. But it's crashing and zapping into your galaxy now for Spectrum and Commodore. So it looks like an advertisement, Fusion Retro Books. It's them, of course. So they actually got the backspace spread, I guess. Pimpin' the Fusion Retro Books. Cool. Let's go ahead and show the middle. Let me look at it first. Oh, it's an octopi or octopus with a Spectrum computer in there and some sharks and some funky rock creature head things. So here's the middle cover. Very cool. I'll show it at a couple different angles and hopefully one of them doesn't glare too badly. Because again, my lighting is different. And cool. So let's open the front cover. Oh, this looks a little different. Adventure On. Let me read it first. Create a text adventure games in your browser. Target ZX Spectrum's next and HTML tutorials provided. So that's kind of a fun advertisement here. And then I normally like to read the table of contents. So it's got all the managing editor and everybody's name in here. Very cool. I've mentioned those folks before. It looks like features cover crackers. We continue to celebrate the covers of Spectrum games past. Graham Mason picks another year, then picks his favorite. 6. All right, cool. Crash investigates. Martin Carroll investigates Batty. Crash Back, issue number 4 of Crash. Paul Davies looks back at the contents of issue 4 of Crash Magazine, May 1984. I was just graduating high school. Oh, those were the years. Oh, I had my Datsun 240Z. I was a cool dude. Not so much anymore. I'm just a dude now, an old dude. Articles, Simon Butler screens. The Crash interview, Paul Davies catches up with Evgeny I always have a problem pronouncing his last name, so it's Suhomanen, author of Aliens Neoplasma Delta Shadow. And I've got Delta Shadow. I should be able to pronounce your name by now, but I will get it right, and then I will get it wrong no matter what right afterwards. Simon Butler screens another delicious helping of 8-bit art. Obviously, we know he's an artiste, so his stuff is always art-related. Sinclair Nexcelerated. More slow-running games on the 48K Spectrum run on the Next. I love my Next. Talking about the Next. So, if you've been watching a couple of my posts lately and videos, very close fire. I live in Northern California. Lots of fire dangers here. Closest fire in my 21 years here to our home. Mile and a half as the crow flies. We were under evacuation warnings for a number of days. Basically told to leave now if you can. But it's not mandatory yet. We were waiting for the mandatory signal. But during that time, I was getting things packed and busy and pets arranged and all those type of things. And at the last minute, I looked at my Next and I go, oh, I forgot to pack my Next. I'm going to pack my Next. So I have my Next box now in my office over here. I slammed it in the box, so in case I needed to go, I would not want to lose my Next. I would not want to lose all the programming I did on Invasion of the Cloud People, even though I've got it backed up on my Linux computer, and I did take the backup of that with us, or would have. I had it packed in the vehicle. But yeah, I thought, don't be stupid. Grab my Next, grab the SD card that's in it, and be off with it. But there was a lot more expensive things that I didn't pack up. I did have my SAM next to it, and I was going to slap that, less the box in my vehicle. But I've got a Mac Pro and all these other things that I wasn't going to take with me. I figure if a fire is going to come through, life is much more important. Pets are important. But there are a few things that I love my Next. So, yeah, I had that ready to go. So, Spectrum House Capers. Richard Burton takes a look back at Thor, Odin, and then regulars. They've got editorial, Adventure Trail, Lloyd Manogram, Nick's Roberts Playing Tips, Preview, and Compo Sign-Off. In those categories, the editorial, the sad loss of Jason Kelk, K-E-L-K. I'm really blind, and it's dark, so I'm having a hard time seeing. So I'm not familiar with Jason Kelk. Maybe I should be, but I'm still relatively new to Speccy, 2017-18 when I started reading stuff about it. So prior to that, I only have limited knowledge. So anyway, and they talk about the next being delayed. So Adventure Trail, Colin Bell takes a look at the latest shenanigans in the adventure world. Lloyd Manogram, recently dusted typewriter, takes another bashing. Nick's Roberts, I always do that. The Crash Tipster returns with a load of those poke thingies. Poke. Preview some of the upcoming games to look forward to, and Compo sign off, the winner announced, and on to the next one. So that was the table of contents. Now I'm just going to thumb through, and as I see some things that catch my eye, I will end it right away. Editorial. There's a picture of a Next there. I love my Next, so I'm going to show off this page a little bit. Not like you can see much from it, but love the Next. Let's thumb through Pitman. Oh, I'm not familiar with Pitman, and that looks like a fun game. It looks a bit like Boulder Dash kind of thing. Boulder Dash, not Balder Dash, Boulder Dash. I'm sure there is probably a Balder Dash, and I am very balder. Okay, so Pitman, that looks fun. That might have to be a game of the week for my Sinclair Society Facebook group. Lost in My Spectrum, another game that looks fun. Let's go back to Pitman, though. Criticism, do they give it the score? I think they did. Oh, no, it looks a little low. Oh, no. Or is that no, it looks like some low numbers here. I'm going to have to... It gave use of computer 69%, graphics 59, overall 68%. So that's like a D in my world. 60 to 70, is that a C or D? Remember, I don't remember high school that much, but I think that would have been a D. So that's kind of sad, but it looks fun. And I always take reviews with a grain of salt because somebody else's wonderful gem is somebody else's piece of crap. So everybody has their own opinions, and so I still may check it out. Let's see, Wacky Joysticks. That looks interesting. Crash, Astro Ball. Oh, me and games with balls. I don't do good games with balls. I'm not a ball player. Not that kind of ball player. Woo! Okay, Astro Ball looks kind of fun, so I might have to check that out. And that one gets an overall 78. So far, I'm looking at some little bit 78 in my world is okay, but still that's a C, I guess, because 80 is B and 90s are A, right? Ninja Carnage. Looks like a text adventure game. I'm not going to show that. Escape from Monjas. So I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, this looks interesting. Escape from Monjas. So I've seen these little robot character things before. This looks interesting. Let me quickly... And this gives it 83% overall. Pink has dreams. He wants to discover new life forms, rescue the odd spaceship, and becomes a hero. Alas, he's stuck on the rotten, dilapidated Epsilon 9 space station with a crew who is trying to bring him back down to Earth by reminding him that he's just a number around and get real. So, yeah, this looks kind of interesting. I'm going to have to check this one out a little more in depth. I'm saving these magazines for when I go on vacation, so I can read them and have some reading material. Super Hair! I recently did play Super Hair type of game, and that was quite fun. So it's got a review on Super Hair. Cool. Ooh, what's this? Astrophobos. Astrophobos. That looks interesting. Adventure Trail. Oh, there's a kitty cat. The Balrog and the Cat. Oh boy. Look at that. Yeah, see, little Balrog. He doesn't really look too much like a Balrog, but he's got a kitty. And the kitty's playing and kneading on his fat belly. Cool. Adventure Trail. So, sad passing of Rochdale Balrog. I'll have to read that. It doesn't make sense to me as of yet. Silk Dust. Ooh, look at that. Vixen. Vixen. Love that word. Vixen. It's a rock group from the 80s. Okay. I got a little... I've got a cough. Crash 1985. So it looks like kind of fun. I don't have but a couple of Crash magazines to my name. So having a Crash magazine to go back in time and look at and then cross-reference today is kind of a fun thing. So that's a neat feature of this magazine. Oh no! Abu Symbol Profanation. Ooh, that game, now I'm pissed off. Damn, Sean Miller recommended this game for a game of the week, and it's just dripping and dripping and dripping the water, and you couldn't get past it. Oh, that Abu Symbol pissed me off. Oh, that game. And they have a review or something going on in here. Well, it's probably what was covered in 1985. So yeah, that's part of that. So interesting. That game. It's like Jumpin' Jack all over again. So kind of fun. It's got some games in here. Big page spread of all these different games from that time period. Did I start record on this thing? Oh yeah, 14 minutes in. Ooh. Okay, let's keep going here. Getting about halfway point. Lloyd Manogram's forum. Some fun stuff. Cool. Crash. Investigates. So I'm not going to show nothing here. Screens. Here's Simon Butler's Screens. Oh, look at that picture. That gives me, what's the name of the artist? Think. I mean, I was, believe it or not, I did get an associate's degree in graphic design. Kind of funny. And that was a long time ago. But I'm forgetting the artist. He did the Scream. Tell me. I'll remember after I stop recording here. But he was one of the artists that I actually liked from the day. The Scream. You'll know it if you saw the picture. Okay, so some pictures from... And then back to the middle spread. I'm not going to show the octopus. Or did I ever show the octopus before? I'm pretty sure I did. Under the sea, blah, 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 under the sea, blah, 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 under the sea. Oh boy, yeah, Disney. Okay, playing tips from Nick Robertses. He's got some tips and pokes and prods here. Very cool. Willie does great. We'll show off Nick Robertses. I'm a goofy bloke, I know. That's just the way it flies. Willie does the Great Pyramid. Okay, cool. The Crash interview. And it's Evgeny. That's probably the proper pronunciation. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel, and even though, I think the one that I watched did have some English, but it's in Ukrainian? Russian? I don't know what language he speaks. Is it Ukrainian? Anyway, I watched a whole hour-long video thing that he did, and I popped on there and said hello, and he knew who I was, and I knew who he was. It was kind of fun watching. He's got quite a large retro-related YouTube channel, so you should definitely check that out. And he is a wonderful Speccy advocate. So very cool. So, yeah, nice interview that I will enjoy reading. And it is in English, so I can read it. Okay, cool. So more of the interview with him. Brick Rick Graveyard Shift. Oh, this looks kind of fun. Brick Rick. Say that 20 times in a row. Brick Rick. Very cool. That looks like a contender for a game I should try. Sinclair Nexcelerated. This talks about, it looks like games that you can play in your Speccy Next that may be enhanced by the extra speed the Next can offer. Software House Capers. Cool. Ooh, one of the capers is Mega Fruit. That looks like a screechy, scary-ass clown. Okay, cool. And lots of games and pictures in this section. Thor checklist, Odin checklist. Cool. Mabus Mania. Ooh, Mabus. Ooh, this looks like an interesting game. Mabus Mania. What's cool about this magazine is, even though a lot of this stuff can be on the internet for instant gratification, the content and the stories are not. And you can see things that you wouldn't readily see right away unless you really searched on the internet. You're thumbing along and go, hey, this looks like a fun game. I'm going to go try it. That's why I like this magazine. It's really fun. Crashback, Crash issue number 4. We're almost to the end, folks. This will be another 20-minute video, as normal. And some Ocean Crashback stuff. And then a preview of Pants, P-A-N-T-S, Pants. One of those isometric or whatever you call it games. That looks interesting. And, ooh, look, I see a kitty here. It's using the air shafts. I don't know what's going on there. But I see a kitty, and when I see a kitty, my wife might like to try that because she's a cat person. Crash Compo Issue 3 results. And I think this was some type of programming thing I have to read. But it looks like they have 3, 2, 1 who won. And very cool. So it looks like some basic games or some games they created. And they announced the winners. There you go. Crash Magazine issue number 4. A little late on my quick review. But if you're not subscriber to that, I'll put the Patreon link down below. Join it. Wonderful magazine. Wonderful way to support people that are making stuff that you can buy and enjoy. So, thanks for watching my video. Enjoy Crash and peace. Have a great rest of your day and week.